Welcome to the Business at the Speed of Sell podcast, where you learn how to accelerate the growth of your online and offline businesses, profits, and personal income. Tune in daily to get the tips, tricks, and tactics that have generated over $100 million in online and offline sales. Now, here's your host, Anthony Flatt.
I'm Anthony Flatt, and you're listening to the Business at the Speed of Sell podcast. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 tools that will change your business, and I really do mean that. One of the big things in my business is staying on top of current technologies, current sales strategies, marketing strategies. And so I do a lot of research. I read a lot of blog posts and internet posts and news posts. And I also watch a lot of videos. I watch videos on training. I watch marketing videos. I watch videos on YouTube. I research videos on how to do things, what new cool tricks and tips that are out there as far as doing any kind of marketing or sales. And one of the challenges is there's a lot of information out there, but most of it is incomplete, meaning that when you're trying to learn to do something, you may watch a video or you may read an article and it's good, and it's good information, but it will be incomplete. It won't tell you everything that you want to know. So I tend to have to read, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 different articles and watch videos and things to really formulate a strong strategy or strong opinion about a particular technology or sales strategy. And so I do a lot of research and I watch a lot of videos, and it's very, very time consuming, knowing that when you're watching those videos, only about 10, 20, maybe 30% of the content that you're going to listen to is actually valuable at all. So one of the things that I do is a couple things. One, I gather the videos and I save them to my hard drive so that I can watch them later. I also pull the audios out of them so that I can put them on my iPod or my smartphone, my Android, and listen to them later. A lot of times when I'm traveling, walking to the airport, walking to the rent-a-car, walking to the hotel, I'm hanging out, waiting for somebody, I have time to listen to these. And I used to have to kind of do a screen grab and then save that and then go into a video editor and pull the audio out. But there's a tool that is a lot easier now that I use a lot. I use this a ton, and it's called the Torch web browser, Torch, and it's a web browser just like Chrome or Internet Explorer or what have you. But it has built into it the ability to save video files. And also when it saves the video files, you can turn on an ability to have it also strip out the audio file. So I have that turned on, and anytime I watch a video on YouTube, I will click the download and it'll download that video for me, and it will split the audio out. That way I'm able to take the video, save it into a directory and watch it later. I'm able to take the audio and save it on my iPad, my iPod, or my smartphone, and I can listen to that later. And that helps out a lot. Now, one of the challenges in watching videos, having them downloaded on your computer and having them on your iPad and stuff, it works. But one of the things that helps with that too, and that's the second tool I'm going to talk about, so Torch being the first tool, the second one being VLC. And Torch browser can be found at www.torch, browser, browser.com. And then VLC can be found at www.videolan.org, videolan.org. And VLC is a great video player. I'm sure it has a ton of other capabilities, but I use it just as a video player. And what I specifically use it for is it has an ability to speed up the video. I believe up to 4 times is fast, 4x. I speed it up to about 1.6% of the original video. And I believe while that makes the presenter talk faster, and yes, he does sound kind of like a chipmunk, but it's not real bad. If you make it double time or triple time, it's definitely going to sound like a chipmunk on crack. But if you speed it up 1.6, you're going to still be able to get all of the content and understand everything. And you're going to be able to watch an hour-long video in about 40 minutes. And so a half-hour video in about 20 minutes. So that really cuts down on the amount of time I spend watching videos when I'm watching them at basically double time speed. So that's the second tool, VLC. And then the third one is what I call a stupid simple tool. And I'm a big fan of stupid simple tools. One of the challenges that I've had in my career and in my business is I tend to buy into these very large platforms and tools be it online CRM or sales process machines or very complicated autoresponder products and all these tools that are meant to help you. And what I find, unfortunately, is I spend so damn much time trying to set it up and get it to work right that I spend all my time messing around with that and no time really doing my job, making money and selling things. So I'm a big fan of stupid, simple, unitasker tools that do one thing and will do one thing really well. And I use it for that one thing. And this tool is that. It's called Workflowy. You can find it at www.workflowy.com, workflowy.com. And Workflowy is just a cool, simple little tool. It is a white blank piece of paper that you can create an outline. And it's got the bullets, and then you can create sub-bullets, and you can create sub-bullets. And I'm not sure how many levels deep you can go, but you can go quite a few. And then you can move that stuff around online. You can share either all of your outline or parts of your outline, literally by going to a bullet, right-clicking on it, and saying share, and it'll create a link to that bullet and all the bullets below that. And then you can send that to somebody. What I like about it is the application works on my PC, works on my phone, works on my tablet, works on any computer, anywhere in the world. All I've got to do is go to workflowy.com and log in, and I've got access to everything. I keep my entire life in Workflowy. I have my to-do list. I have my honey-do list. I have books that I'm reading. I have audios that I'm creating. I have products that I'm creating. I have them outlined in Workflowy. Every time I think of an idea for a new podcast, I type that in there. Every time I have a new creative idea, I type it in there. And what's great about it, I call it my brain, right? It's where I park my brain. And what's great is I can throw a whole bunch of ideas in there, and I don't have to have the whole idea put together. That's one of my challenges. I have lots of really good random ideas, but I don't have time to sit down and think it completely through and figure it completely out. So I tend to lose those opportunities because I never write them down and then they're gone and I don't remember what it was I had a really great idea about. So if you can, when you have a really great idea, just pause for a minute, whip out your phone, go to Workflowy. There's an app for Android, an app for iPhone. Whip it out, type it in, just throw it in there somewhere. And then later on, you can look at it again, move things around. So I have, kind of the boneyard area where I just dump a bunch of ideas and things I want to jot down. And it saves me from having Post-it notes. And because the problem with Post-it notes, I write all kinds of stuff on Post-it notes and the back of hotel envelopes and on the back of receipts and things. And then most of the time they get lost. Most of the time they do not make it back to my computer. They do not make it back to a way for me to capture that information. So I've been using Workflowy for a few months now. And I believe I have over 3,000 lines. It's almost like writing a computer program. Over 3,000 lines in Workflowy of various projects, launch dates, parts to those projects, articles, audios, videos, things that need to be done, things I'd like to purchase. I've got a wish list in there that I'm starting to add, things that I want to buy near term. Everything from a particular marketing package that I want to study, right down to a portable refrigerator for my office, because the little tiny refrigerator in my office has died, and I like to keep bottled water in there, and so I need to go out and buy a new one, but I need to remember to go do that. So I've got it in Workflowy. So next time I go out and I'm anywhere near one of the electronic stores or somebody's got to buy on one, I can whip open Workflowy and remember what it was I wanted to go buy. So anyways, that's a great tool. All three of these are tools that have been really, really big for me. When I'm trying to develop a course, develop an ebook, develop a Kindle book, develop a podcast, I really want to research my material because I want to take what I think I know and I really want to sharpen it with, okay, what else have other people said similar to what I'm thinking to allow me to kind of sharpen my sword so that my content is as good as it can be. And so I do a lot of research. I watch a lot of videos, and YouTube's a great resource, but you got to go through a whole bunch of YouTube videos to find anything worthwhile. So I end up downloading a ton of them. And then I use Torch browser to download them and rip the audios out. Then I use Videoland to watch them and to speed them up so that I can watch them faster. I haven't found an app for an iPhone or an Android. If somebody knows of one that allows you to speed up the audio. Matter of fact, VLC might have an app for Android or iPhone. I should probably go look and see. But if I could speed up the audios on my phone, that would be good as well, so that I would have that. And then Workflowy is where I keep my brain. That's where I keep everything, all the outlines to everything I'm doing. It's a stupid, simple little tool. I think it's free for the first couple hundred lines you put in it, and then it's like $50 a year for an unlimited number of lines. You can share it. I've got probably 6 or 7 different people sharing different parts of my workflow, and they're updating different things. My website developer is got bullets in there on what he's supposed to be doing for my websites. I've got content creators working with me and partners, and they have access to those parts of their workflowy. And it allows them to put workflowy on their computer and maintain it as well. So when we share the workflowy together and they make changes on their side, it automatically changes my side, and vice versa. When I change on my side, it automatically changes on theirs. So it's really cool because my workflowy is actually changing and updating all the time, even when I'm not updating it, because the people I'm working with and partnering with are working on that too. So those are 3 tools. I hope you get a lot out of this. Great little tools to use: workflowy, Torch Browser, and VLC.
If you have a question for Anthony, then head over to www.anthonyflatt.com and leave him a voicemail message for a chance to have your question featured on the show. Thanks for listening to the Business at the Speed of Sell podcast at www.businessatthespeedofsell.com.